Alaikum everyone. My name is Huzaifah Ahmed and I'm from Rehan School, Korangi campus. Today I've got another topic with me for discussing with ChatGPT, which is discuss the impact of gratitude on mental health. So let's start. Hey ChatGPT, today the topic of discussion is the impact of gratitude on mental health.
That's a really beautiful topic. Gratitude is such a powerful tool. So, we could dive into how regular gratitude practices like journaling or expressing thanks can reduce stress, boost happiness, and even improve sleep. Is there a specific aspect you were curious about? Maybe the science behind it or practical tips?
Yes, we'll talk about the science later, but first tell me what is gratitude in the context of mental health? Is it just feeling thankful or does it go deeper than that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, in the context of mental health, gratitude is more than just a fleeting feeling of thankfulness. It's a deliberate practice. It's about paying attention to positive aspects of life, even small ones, and recognizing them regularly. And when we do that, it helps rewire our brain's focus toward what's going right, which can counteract negative thought patterns and improve overall mood.
All right, what does psychology and science say about how gratitude directly impacts mental health and emotional well being?
Yeah, so the science is actually pretty clear on this. Research in positive psychology shows that practicing gratitude regularly, like through daily reflection or gratitude journaling, can reduce symptoms of depression, lower anxiety, and even increase resilience. Studies have found that when people consciously focus on what they appreciate, their brain's reward system lights up, which boosts dopamine and serotonin, key neurotransmitters for happiness. So it's like a small mental habit that builds a bigger foundation for emotional well being.
All right, now tell me why is gratitude considered one of the most researched and evidence based tools in positive psychology?
Yeah, that's a great point. Gratitude really stands out in positive psychology because it's simple to measure, easy to practice, and the effects show up across so many different studies. Researchers have looked at it in diverse populations like teens, adults, even people with chronic illnesses. And consistently, gratitude is linked to better emotional regulation, stronger social connections, and a deeper sense of meaning in life. So it's not just a soft, abstract concept, it's a practical, evidence backed tool for boosting well being.
All right, what's the difference between gratitude as a fleeting feeling and gratitude as a deliberate mental health practice?
That's a really important distinction. So, a fleeting feeling of gratitude might happen spontaneously, like if someone does something nice for you and you feel a moment of warmth. But when gratitude becomes a deliberate practice, it's something you intentionally cultivate, like setting aside time to notice daily positives, writing them down, or reflecting on them. And that deliberate effort builds a habit. It shifts your overall mindset, helping you see life through a more appreciative lens.
How does regularly practicing gratitude affect anxiety, depression, and stress levels? What does research actually show?
Yeah, so research is really promising here. Studies show that people who regularly practice gratitude tend to have lower levels of anxiety and depression. For example, one study showed that people who kept a gratitude journal had reduced symptoms of depression over time. Another found that gratitude helps lower cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Essentially, the practice shifts focus away from ruminating on stress or negative thoughts. So over time, people feel calmer, more in control, and more emotionally balanced.
All right, can gratitude be harmful, or is there a point where forced positivity through gratitude dismisses real pain?
Yeah, that's a really good nuance to bring up. Gratitude is incredibly beneficial, but if it becomes forced or used to gloss over real pain, it can backfire. People might feel guilt or pressure to be positive when they're actually struggling. So the healthiest approach is balance. You can acknowledge hardships while still cultivating gratitude for what's going well. Kind of like a grounding practice, not a denial of reality.
Okay, what's the connection between gratitude and self worth? Does feeling grateful change how you see yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. When you regularly practice gratitude, it shifts your focus from self criticism to self compassion. You start noticing what you're doing well, what strengths you have, and that builds a sense of worth. Instead of getting stuck in comparing yourself to others or focusing on flaws, gratitude invites you to appreciate yourself. And that self acceptance is a huge part of a positive self image.
All right. How does expressing gratitude toward others affect your relationships and your own mental state simultaneously?
Oh, that's such a great connection. When you express gratitude toward others, it really strengthens your social bonds. People feel seen and appreciated, which boosts trust and connection. And at the same time, you benefit too. You get a sense of purpose and belonging, which reduces loneliness and even boosts your mood. So it's kind of a positive feedback loop. Your relationships improve and you feel more mentally balanced as a result.
All right, now tell me, what are the most effective gratitude practices for mental health? Some in my mind are journaling, meditation, and verbal expression. And which has the strongest evidence?
Yeah, you're totally on the right track. So, gratitude journaling, writing down a few things you're thankful for each day, has some of the strongest evidence for reducing anxiety and improving mood. Gratitude meditation, just taking quiet time to focus on what you appreciate, also has really solid results. And verbal expression, like telling a loved one or even just sharing gratitude with a friend, can be really impactful too. If I had to pick one with the strongest evidence, it's probably gratitude journaling, just because it gives you a daily structure and keeps your focus on the positive over time.
Well, how do you maintain a gratitude practice during periods of genuine mental health struggles, uh, such as grief, burnout, or depression?
Exactly. And that's really important to acknowledge. During those tougher times, it's okay to keep it small and gentle. You don't have to force big lists or feel gratitude for everything. Even just acknowledging one tiny thing each day, like a small moment of comfort, can be enough. And sometimes gratitude might be more about noticing subtle things, like being grateful for someone's support or for just surviving a hard day. It's not about denying pain, it's about finding little anchors that help you stay connected to hope.
Okay, now lastly, what's one gratitude practice someone can start today, which is simple, evidence based, and takes less than 5 minutes or so?
Yeah, absolutely. A super easy one to start today is a nightly gratitude reflection. Before bed, just take 3 minutes to silently name three things from your day that went well, no matter how small. You can even keep a little notebook by your bed. And that tiny habit, done consistently, starts to rewire your brain toward noticing the good, which builds up over time.
All right, everyone, this was the end of my discussion with ChatGPT. I hope you liked it. Until the next one, Allah Hafiz.